Hello students. So in the previous class we were talking about that how can we do the electronic configuration of the atom with the using of the atomic diagram also. So we discussed that if we are knowing the atomic number, it is possible to distribute the electron into the different shell, and that distribution of the electrons in the different shell is known as the electronic configuration of the electrons. Okay, so we discussed that K shell can accommodate 2 electrons, L shell is there, so L shell can accommodate 8 electrons in it, and if it is M shell, although it can accommodate 18 electrons, students, but it will also, after 8 electrons, the other electron will start entering into the N shell. Now, what is the reason why the N shell, after it is having the accommodation power of 18 electrons, but the electron, after 8 electrons, the electron start entering into the N shell, like we have seen in the potassium. Let me remind you by writing electronic configuration. So, you see here, student, we know that the potassium, that is 19. So atomic number of the potassium is 90. So if suppose we do the electronic configuration of the 90, that will be K, L, M and N. So you see here, student, how many electrons will enter into that of the K shell? So you know that it can accommodate only 2 electrons. Okay, so maximum electron can be accommodated by K shell is 2. Then if we talk about the L shell, students, so in case of an L shell, it can accommodate only 8 electrons. Now 2 plus 8, that will be equals to 10, and 19 minus 10, it will be equals to 9. So according to the formula, that is 2n square, which was given by Bohr and Bury, that the maximum electron accommodated by the energy shell will be equals to this. And we know that M shell is the third orbit. So here it will be 2 into 3 the power whole square, and that will be equals to 80. So maximum number accommodated by that of the M shell must be 80. Okay, so these 9 electrons must go there, and it should be like this, 2, 8, 9. But student, this is the wrong one. So it never happens. It is because when we were reading, when we were studying that of the set of the rule given by Bohr and Bury, they also in the third point they said that the outermost shell of that of the particle, of that of the atom, must have 8 electrons only. Okay, so maximum number of electron possessed by that of the outermost shell must be equals to 8, not more than 8. So you see here it is 2, it is 8, and then 8 electron will enter here. After 8 electron, again 1 electron is left, student, because this will be 2, 8, 8, that will be 18. So 1 electron will enter into the N shell. If you see that why is it so, why it happens that after 8 electron start entering into the N shell, it is because as it fills the 8 electron, the energy level of this particular orbit increases than that of the N shell. And we know that the first rule of the set of rule given by Bohr and Bury, that electron always enter into the minimum energy level. You can understand it that as the M shell filled with the 8 electrons, the energy of M shell gets increased. And as the energy shall get increased by that that of the n shell. So if we compare the students, as it get the 8 electron, the energy of this m shell, m level will increases by whom? By that of the n shell. So if the energy it increases by that of the n shell student, so automatically the electron will enter into the energy shell which is having the minimum energy. Now after 8 electron, m shell is having more energy than n shell. It means n shell is having less energy, so electrons starts entering into the n shell rather than continues to go into that of the m shell. Understood students? Let me remind you again. Now see here, when we said that after, okay, this is the capacity, the maximum number of electron passes by that of the K and L is K 2 electrons, L 8 electrons. It also follows the formula which is given by that of Bohr and Boole. This is equal to N into N square. First orbit, it can accommodate 2 electrons. So here 2 into 1 the whole square, that will give 2. So that is 2 here. Here it is the second orbit, so 2 into 2 the whole square, that will give 8 electron. So maximum number of electron accommodated by that of the L shell is 8. So for these two it is okay. But what happened in the M shell students? M shell can accommodate 18 electrons. And after the 8 electrons, as the 8 electron enters into that of the m orbital, the next electron starts entering into the m shell. Why is this so? It should enter into the m shell. It should continue in the m shell only because it is having the capacity to accommodate 18 electrons. But the third rule said that the outermost shell must not have more than a maximum 8 electrons in its orbit. And the reason behind that is, as the m shell is filled with that of the 8 electron, the energy of the m shell increases than that of the n shell. And you know that the first rule said that the electrons always enter into the energy shell which is having the minimum energy. Okay, so what does that mean? Since that m shell energy increases, so electron out of these two, it will goes to the energy which is goes to the energy shell which is having less energy. So now after 8 electron, the energy of the m shell is less than that of the m, so electrons start entering into the n shell. Okay, so you will write it as the m shell filled with the 8 electron, the energy of the m shell get increased by that of the n shell. Thus, as we know that, you will mention here the set of the rule, that which set of the rule it follows. And as we know that students, as the first rule said that, as the first rule said that electrons always enters into the minimum energy shell first. Minimum energy shell first. Thus, since the n shell is having the less energy, so electron will enter into that of the n shell as compared to that of the m shell. Okay, so whenever a question is asked that why it happens that even though m shell is having the can accommodate a maximum 18 electrons, even though the electrons are after 8 electron it starts entering into the n shell. So student, you will write that as 8 electron is filled in that of the m shell, the energy of the m shell increases as compared to n shell, and thus the electron starts entering into the shell which is having the minimum energy, and since n is having the minimum energy, so it will enter into that. Now we can move to the next topic, and that is valence electron. discuss about that of the valence electron. Now you see here students, when we talk about that of the valence electron and valency. So valence electron is what? The electron which is present at the outermost shell of the atom, and that is known as the valence electron. How? You see here. If suppose a shell is there, if you talk about any of the atom like that of the carbon. So carbon, atomic number of carbon is 6. Okay, so if suppose we make the atomic diagram of that of the carbon, so first of all we will make the electronic configuration. So it will be Kn. Now you see here student, K will accommodate 2 electrons in it. So 2 electrons will be present in the K shell. What happened in that of the L shell students? So out of 6, 2 electrons are there in the K shell. So rest of the electron will enter into that of the L shell. So we will write here 4 electrons will be present at that of the L shell. So 4 electrons will be present at the L shell students. So what will be the atomic number? If this is the first shell and this one will be the second shell. So you see here students, in the first shell it is a K and here it will be L shell. Okay, so how many electrons are there in a K shell? That is 2. And how many electrons are there in the L shell? And that is 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So you see here students, after that atomic number is 6 here and the last shell is the outer shell, and so this shell is known as the outermost shell. Okay, so the last shell in which electron enters, that is outermost shell. Okay, so the last shell in which the electron enter, that is known as the outermost shell. Okay students, so the electrons which is present in the outermost shell, that is known as the valence electron. Let me tell you before that students, that what is the valence shell? The outermost shell is also known as the valence shell. So we can write it, that is the outermost shell is also known as valence shell. Okay, outermost shell is known as the valence shell, and the electron which is present at the valence shell is known as valence electron. Okay, so you see here student, before that we discussed that what is the electronic configuration of the different atoms. So with the help of the atomic number, we are able to find the electronic configuration, and with the help of the electronic configuration, we can make the atomic diagram. Now in the atomic diagram, we always discuss that at first the K shell will be filled and then the other shell will be filled. Okay, so the electron which enter into the last shell, okay, that will be known as the outermost shell. Okay, and that outermost shell is also known as the valence shell. And the electron which is present in that of the outermost shell, or the electrons which is present in that of the valence shell, is known as the valence electron. Now you see here we can understand with the help of a lot of examples students, and that is, you can take any of the atom to understand the valence shell as well as that of the valence electron. Right now we have taken that of the carbon. Instead of a carbon, you can use the other one also. Like, if suppose we can use a neon. So what is the atomic number of a neon? Neon is represented by Ne, students, and the atomic number of neon is 10. So you see here, students, what will be the electronic configuration? K and L. So K is having 2 electrons, L is having 8 electrons. So the last shell in which the electrons enter, that is the valence shell. So what is the valence shell in here? L. L is what? It is the valence shell. And the electrons which enter in that of the valence shell is known as the valence electron. So what is the valence electron here, students? 8 is the valence electron. Right? You can take an example of a hydrogen. Very easy. Hydrogen. So in a hydrogen, atomic number is 1. So you will say that since the atomic number is 1, so here only in the K shell electrons will be present, students. So in the K shell 1 electron will be present. Okay. So what will be the valence shell here in case of a hydrogen? So valence shell will be the K only. Right? And what will be the valence electron? So valence electron will be 1, which is present in that of the valence shell. Okay, so valence shell is there, that is K, and valence electron 1 is there. You can take an example of beryllium. In case of a beryllium, students, you see that what is the hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium. So what is the atomic number of the beryllium? That is 4. Okay, so we can write it. So in case of a beryllium, student, you see what is the atomic number here? Atomic number is 4. Okay. So if atomic number is 4, students, so you see here in the K shell how many electrons will enter? That will be 2. And how many electrons will enter into that of the L? So 4 minus 2, that will be equals to 2. So 2 electrons will enter into that of the L shell also. So you can say that this L shell will be the valence shell, and 2 is what? It is the valence electron. So valence shell is the last shell in which the electrons enter, and the valence electron is what? The electrons which is present in that of the valence shell is the valence electron. I hope you have understood the concept of the valence shell and valence electron. The outermost shell, student, in which the last electron enter, then that we call as a valence shell or the outermost shell, and the electron which is present in that of the valence shell is known as the valence electron. Now we will understand the concept, and that concept is the valency. How with the help of the valence electron we are able to calculate the valency of a particular element. So you see here, students, in case of a valence electron, when we talk about the valence electron, students, now if you see here, students, if the valence electron of any of the element is 1, is 2 and is 3, like hydrogen. So in case of a hydrogen, 1 atomic number of a hydrogen is 1 here. So the valence electron, it will be 1. In case of a sodium, student, you see here sodium is equals to 11. So the number of a valence electron in that of the sodium, it will be K, L, M. So here it will be 2, 8, 1. So this is what? M is the valence shell and 1 is the valence electron. Right? So this is the valence shell and this is the valence electron. Now on that basis, students, we can say that these type of element in which the last outermost shell or the last electron will enter into that of the shell, that is 1. If it is 1, if the last electron enter is 1, then we can say the valence electron is 1 here. Okay, so valence shell consisting of a 1 electron in its shell, that is known as a valence electron, and here the valence electron is 1. Now, in case of a 2 students, so you see, if you see the beryllium itself, so in case of a beryllium student, that is 4, so you see K and L. So 2 electron will be present in that of the K shell, and 2 electron, the 2 rest of the electron will enter into that of the L shell. Okay, so in the outermost shell, this is the valence shell, this is the outermost shell. So in the outermost shell, there are 2 electrons are present. So we will call it that valence electron is 2 here. Okay. Any other example is there? Yes, students, that is calcium. So you see here in calcium or in magnesium also. So in calcium atomic number is 20. So here it will be K, L, M and N. So the number of electronic configuration here, it will be 2, 8, 8 and 2. Although atomic number is 20 here, student, here atomic number is 4, but you can see the last shell, in the last shell, 2 electrons are there. Whether it is that of the L shell in case of beryllium or in L shell in the case of calcium, in both the cases the last 2 electrons will enter into the valence shell. So we will say that the valence electron of this 2 element will be 2. So here the valence electron will be 2. Like that we can take an example of another element like that of the aluminium. So in case of aluminium also, students, so aluminium, it is having 13 atomic number, so K, L and M. Okay, so here also if you see that it will be 2, 8 and 3. So in the outermost shell, in the valence shell, 3 electrons are there, so valence electron is 3. So all the atom in which the valence electron is 1, 2, 3, we consider them as a metal. Okay, so these are what? These are the metals. Now, if you talk about the 4, 5, 6, 7. So if the valence electron is 4, 5, 6 and 7. So it is 4, 5, 6, 7. So you see here 4 is of carbon. Carbon atomic number is 6. So K, L, M. K and L. So here the number of electrons present in that of the K shell is 2, while the rest of the 4 electrons will enter into that of the L shell. So the valence electron will be 4. So here the valence electron is 4. You can take another example like that of the nitrogen. So in case of a nitrogen, atomic number is 7. So if its atomic number is 7, students, then what will be the electronic configuration? It will be K, L. Now see here, in K shell, 2 electrons will be there. In L shell, 5 electrons will be there. So you can see here the 5 electrons. So 5 atomic, 5 valence electron is present in that of the nitrogen. Now if we see in case of that of the oxygen. So in case of oxygen, atomic number of oxygen is 8. So the electronic configuration will be K and L, and here it will be 2, 6. So the valence electron present in that of the oxygen is 6. Now if we see that of the fluorine, so fluorine, its atomic number is 9. So its valence electron, its electronic configuration will be 2, 7. Okay, so you see here student, these are the elements which is having the valence electron 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, so valence electron, the element which possesses the valence electron, that is 4, 5, 6, 7. So the elements which is having the valence electron 4, 5, 6, 7, we use another term for it, and that is non-metals. Okay, so metals, they are having mainly, they possess the valence electron, that is 1, 2 and 3. So elements who possess valence electron 1, 2, 3, we will call them metal, while the element which possess the valence electron 4, 5, 6, 7, we will use the term for them, that is a non-metal. They will be non-metal. Now, there is another kind of element which possesses the 8 number of electron as a valence electron. So, next one is valence electron equals to 8. So, there are some elements which possess the 8 electron in their outermost shell or as a valence electron. Okay, so in their valence shell, 8 electrons are there, students. So for that, like if you see in case of a neon, so neon atomic number is 10. So what will be the electronic configuration? Electronic configuration, it will be Kn, and that will be equals to 2 and 8. Okay, so 2 and 8 will be there, students. So you see the outermost shell is having the 8 electrons in it. Okay, so we can say the valence electron is 8 in case of a neon. Likewise, we can take an example of an argon also. So in case of an argon, you see that 18 electrons are there. Right? So in 18 electrons, so you see here, students, if we suppose the see the electronic configuration, so it will be KLM. Now KLM outermost shell 2, 8, 8. So outermost shell valence cell is M, and this valence shell is having the valence electron, that is 8. So you see here whether it is in the case of that of a neon or in case of a argon. In both of the cases, although the shells are different, but the number of valence electron in the valence shell is the same, that is 3. And such kind of an element which possesses 8 electrons in their outermost shell, in their valence shell, we use a term for it, and that is noble gas or inert gas. So the element which possesses the 8 electrons in their outermost shell, that is the noble gas or that of the inert gas. Now, with the help of this student, we will try to understand the another concept, and that is of the valence. So till now we had discussed about that of the valence electron. Now we will see that of the valence. Valency. What is the valency, students? When we were studying in that of the atoms and molecules, there also we discussed that valency is the combining capacity of that of the atoms. So that combining capacity can be with the same atom or with the different atom. So we can say valency is what? Combining capacity of an atom with the same or types of atom. So what is the valency? Combining capacity of atom with the same or a different type of atom, that is valency. Now you see here student, when we talk about the valency, it means the combining capacity. And according to Bohr and Bury's theory, when they were explaining the rules, they said that the third rule says that more than in the outermost shell, more than 8 electrons cannot be accommodated. It means the maximum number of electrons possessed by an outermost shell orbital will be 8. So, if an element is having the 8 electrons in its outermost shell, it has been seen that it will show the less chemical reactivity. If it will show the less chemical reactivity, student, if it will be less reactive, it means the capacity of combining with the same or a different type of atom will be less. So we can say that since it is a less reactive, then it will be more stable. Okay, so if an atom is there which is consisting of 8 electron in its outermost shell, that will show the less chemical reactivity, but that will be relatively